do you like practice like
practice throwing your flag?
Yeah, but like in the mirror, you ever like you practice?
That's the thing.
Like, damn, it's on my left side. I'm tripping.
Yeah, like you got to like you practice first down and practice the field goals correct.
And more than that, you got to know your mechanics, how you look.
Right.
And sometimes you'll see officials, we get excited and we start missing it and it goes backwards. And, that's a fumble for us, right? Like that look crazy, but you want to be smooth with it when you get it because you do this, it makes you look nervous.
What's up, everybody? I'm Peanut Tillman, and this is the NFL Players Second Acts podcast. With me, as always, is my trusty co-host, Roman.
Yeah, you like it. Appreciate that.
Harper.
I'm really looking forward.
Is. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, you should. It was a TJ Maxx purchase. It was great. Number one, I can't wait to have our next guest on. Super cool guy, very accomplished, and he's the first.
Yeah,
for us. First, right?
Yeah.
Now,
it is.
I don't want to give away what he does, but he is before you talk about his whole resume, he is currently a referee in the NFL. So
you messed my intro up. I had a whole thing that I was doing, and you messed it up. He came into the league twice, once as a player and secondly as an official. He played 8 years in the league. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pod, Mr. Nate Joe.
Yes.
Thank you, fellas.
You might be the only one to ever do that, coming to the league twice.
Yeah, it's right now on the staff is two other, Terry Killens and Mike Morton.
Okay.
So it's three of us total right now on the staff that have played and now also officiating. So it's 120 of us all together on the field, but only three players.
And I know that, and you don't have to go into detail, but I know everybody was mad at the one that was with they used to play for the Rams. I don't even know his name. That refereed the Saints game and the NFC Championship game.
The Saints.
It was all the conspiracies out there. I'm not saying any of those things are true.
Saints just suck.
That's what happens when you're a former player. You get the spotlight on you a little bit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just part of it. So tell me, like, what is that? Because I think it's a totally different process when they always say, like, former players, sometimes NFL coaches or coaches in college give former players a harder time before they actually get in. They want them to have to go through the grunt work, the grind work, and they don't want you just to say, oh, well, I played, so I should deserve to get here.
Right.
How close or similar to that situation is that in the refereeing game?
Very. I mean, we when I got in, we started with 20 or 30 guys, former players. Only three of us really matriculated into the actual program because so many of us former players, we thought that when you get off the field, we're going to go work LSU, Alabama next year, right? You can't do it.
Yes.
You got to go back to Pee-wee, middle school, high school, small college, big college. You have to keep working up the ladder, right? And so...
how long did that take?
For me, it took about 6 years.
Okay.
But that's super fast.
Yeah.
A lot of guys have started when they were 18, 19. They don't get into they're like 40,
Oh, wow.
So it was a very fast track program. So it was learn on the go, sink or swim. But it is a process.
Yeah.
You got to take your lumps along the way because as players, we know the game one way, right? And so we're trying to get to that edge. Now I got to back guys away from that edge. You know what I mean? And so I got all the rules now. We just knew legal contact, DP. We knew it pertained to us.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Now I got to know everything. So it's way more up here, taxing.
Yeah.
After a game.
Yeah. What's your favorite team to throw the most flags on?
I don't have a favorite team, but there are some teams that do get more flags than others.
So. We had Troy Vincent on here, and he broke down a couple of the statistically things that I thought was crazy interesting. And Peanut was big on this because Peanut likes to challenge Troy all the time.
Okay.
All right, anytime we get Troy, Peanut's locked and loaded. I don't have to talk a lot. And so the recognition rate, that's what you guys are graded on because I don't think everybody understands how much referees are judged. Like they are graded. They guys break down film. You guys are judged and graded on your recognition, right? And then the throw rate. These are the two things. So do I recognize it? Is that 100%? And then do I throw the penalty? Right? And so how do you determine, like, are you a guy that's always trying to be the one that throws, or do you like, oh, or is it like football where the moment you hesitate, the moment you're done?
Yeah, there's an art to this.
Okay, I was wondering about that.
There's an art to it.
It's like
there's
dancing.
a science and an art, right?
Yeah.
There's the rules by the letter of the law. And then there is an art to how you officiate the game, because really we are game managers.
Yeah. You don't want to be you're not trying to be the star.
We're not trying to be the stars. We don't want the show. We don't want the cameras on us. Our job is to manage the game within the rules, within the mechanics, and make sure there's a fair and unbiased game, and everybody is, held to the same rules and same standards. So there is an art to this. And, we have philosophies on how we throw, what it means, how much of a grab is a foul. How much of this is a foul. And that is kind of always moving, just year in, year out, speed of the game, whatever we're concentrating on, And so you have to be able to adjust. And so, yes, you see a pull, but if a guy runs through it, we let it go, right? If it doesn't have a material effect on the play, you let some things go. You write it up, hey, I saw that. I passed because XYZ, right? And so the official that's able to really recognize and make that snap decision on how much effect it had on a play, on whatever, those are the guys that kind of rise to the top. So you can't just throw in every little grab, pull, because it happens.
You're slowing the game down
all day, every day. Yeah.
Was there ever a moment where you was just like, I missed it, I need to do a replay, I know I got to do something, I got these coaches yelling at me. Hey, did you see it? I know I didn't see it.
Well, you worked many conferences, so
right.
you started at JV,
right?
So
you
what's reffing a JV game like?
Just trying to
besides slow,
trying to keep helmets on, shoes tied. You're trying to get them lined up, right?
You're lining them up too.
That's how you learn to manage the game, right?
Okay.
You can't throw a lot of flags in JV game, right?
Right.
You just got to get the super big stuff, but that also applies in the game. You want to make sure you still get material fouls, and so. To answer your question, it happens.
Yeah.
You know when you kick something.
Yeah.
Right? You could, it's at our level, the NFL level, it's so fast, literally, you can blink.
Yeah.
And miss.
That's very true.
And then unfortunately now, there's 60 cameras, and so everybody's going to know before the next play. And so it happens. We all go through that, but hopefully our mechanics and our other crewmates and all the fail-safes we have in place help us that doesn't happen a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, I want to actually talk about your NFL career because your football career. You want to say? Go ahead, keep talking about.
I just want to know, like, makeup calls though. Is there ever a point to where I don't want to say you make up the call, but is there ever a point to where you just like, I think I should, like, I know I missed one, I'm gonna just get it back on this next one if I see it. Is there ever like?
Not if you want to keep your job.
Okay, no worries. Okay.
I was gonna say too. I'm with
you,
Nate.
You gotta.
I'm with you on this one, Nate.
Yeah.
You gotta. I mean, if
because we say that's like, oh, that's a makeup call.
I think
I know we say
NBA,
that.
I think NBA.
If you
is
miss,
definitely guilty.
you miss one, you kick
for
one.
sure. Yeah.
And you know it. Sometimes you don't know it. Sometimes you really think, hey, I nailed that, right? But if you know you miss one and kick one, no, you can't. You gotta let it burn for a minute and move on, and keep it still as fair as possible. You can't let the crowd. They're booing. Now you're like, oh, I got to get them off my back. No, you don't want to do that.
I love it.
You don't want to do that.
So I got one more question.
Go.
And you can don't say a name, don't say a team. Mm-hmm. Okay. Has there ever been a time where a coach or player has said something so crazy and you was just like, yo, I'm finna lose my job because you ain't finna talk to me that way. I'm Nate Jones. I mean, you ain't finna do this to me. I'm a man first. This is a job. I'm a man. I'm a grown man at that.
Tal, this is your dad's favorite statement too. I'm a man first.
I'm a man first. Forget this job. You ain't gonna talk to me. Respect me.
In my short 6-7 year career, I don't think it's happening in the NFL.
No, I'm just high school, college, pop one. Just you
just
you
got to worry about that more at the peewee and high school level, especially in Texas.
Yeah.
Parents popping off.
Parents popping off.
It's worse there.
Is there like a story that
it's worse there? I mean, these places, Texas, Florida, California, some of these places where sports are very, very important at a young age. I mean, you walk in together back to the car as a group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gets like that sometimes.
I got you.
And I can't say anything was ever drawn, nothing like that. I don't have anything that crazy, but you definitely are planning your exit in certain neighborhoods, in certain areas.
Say less.
This is exactly why at an AAU basketball game 2 weeks ago, in Charlotte, North Carolina. A referee had a gun in his bag and it went off in the arena.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I don't even know why, but I guess he felt unsafe. I don't know.
Wow.
Nobody was hurt. I mean, he was wrestling around in his bag and it went off. That's how he got caught.
Wow.
Anyways, but this is where we're at right now.
Right.
This is where we're at right now. You probably got horror stories as well. We'll come back to refereeing,
Sure.
but we're just too excited, so we're gonna.
We ain't never had one. So
Yeah,
this is
what happened.
like, hey, how did you feel about this? It's kind of like having a politician in here, right?
It's exactly what it
So
is.
many questions.
We just have questions, but we want to talk about your balling career as well. Take me back to one of your bigger plays in college when you were at the Rut, you know?
The Rutgers.
100-yard kickoff return to open the game up versus Tennessee.
That was it.
I watched the play. I mean, you rode out. I mean, you kind of made one move and then you just...
103,000 in attendance.
Well, it's
Massive.
probably bigger than that, actually. I think that's just the raw number. But
103,000?
Tennessee has more than 103.
925?
Yeah.
I'm just saying for that
I know.
game. Like, why you... Don't do that.
I just know it's a bigger stadium than that. So...
No, I was a little unknown before that, you know, and so everybody has, you know, we probably all have a moment in our career where we like, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
And we were coming from Rutgers, which we struggled our first 2 years there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shiano had just came there, and we're going to Tennessee. They're looking at us like, where are these guys from? You know, we walking through the stadium. They're just like about to blow us out the water, and it was just us versus them, and first play of the game, take it back, whole stadium quiet. And
Quiet.
That was my moment.
Yeah, you had them gray gloves looking at the crowd like, what's up?
That was my moment. Yeah, that was my moment. I still try to find some film on that. It's grainy, but I found
definitely
grainy. But that was my moment, and that kind of helped me start to kind of get a little shine.
Yeah.
You did a lot of good punt kick return in college.
Yeah.
That was like a big mainstay for you.
If that was your college moment, what was your welcome to the NFL moment?
My welcome to the NFL moment would have to be rookie training camp versus Larry Allen. Trying to blitz up the line.
Yeah.
And he just stuck that arm out. And I just was like, okay, it's a different level of human beings up here. You know, welcome to the NFL, Rook, right? And I got a chance to play with some really good players. Larry Allen was one of them. Rest in peace, by the way. Right?
Yeah,
because he did pass away. But no, I mean that started my career, and I ended my career, you know, at Super Bowl. Tom Brady, right? So we lost that one, but it was a great journey. I have no regrets. Had some good plays in between there, but it was a good run. Yeah, and I left it all out.
So you played with the two big fishes, the Bill Parcells,
both Bills.
And the Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
What was that like? Explain their coaching styles? Bill versus Bill.
They're gonna get in your head. You know, if you have a bad game with Parcells, right? The DVs, we may have.
I was gonna say Parcells.
Parcells, you have a bad game, right?
Yeah. Big tuna.
That next week, you know, you coming out to practice and he'll be working out like 6 DVs right there, right? Just so you can see. You know what I mean? They expected a lot from you. And they were the prototypical coaches that pulled every ounce that you didn't think you had out of you.
Yeah.
Right. And they didn't take a lot of, you know, the BS. And so you had to show up and perform and stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
You know? And so they were hard coaches, but they both Hall of Famers, blessed to play with both of them. I still keep in contact with, you know, Parcells. And so very, very fortunate because they definitely helped steer my career.
You know, it's funny because Bill Parcells was never my coach, but I did have Sean Payton, who's a descendant of Bill.
Right.
You know, he was around in Dallas and stuff as well. And it's hilarious because I missed a tackle in the game. And then like that next Tuesday, Wednesday, we're like outstretched line. And Sean comes up to me like, hey, Parcells told, because he would just get messages from Parcells because Parcells watched all the games.
He did, yeah.
And so Parcells would pass it down. It's like, hey, tell this player I told this.
Yeah.
And he's like, Parcells told me to tell you a safety that misses tackles is a safety that doesn't have a job. And then he just walks off. And he's like, that's
the type of stuff they would do.
This is the type of stuff
So did that get in your head?
Of course it did.
Yeah.
It's just like
early in your career, later in your career?
It was early. It was like year 2.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
And, but the next game I did make that tackle though in the open field. And it's just like,
they're going to challenge you.
Yeah, they're going to challenge you. And if it's your day, it'd be somebody else's day in the stretch line. Like they're just going to say something to kind of just be in your head a little bit. So these things have definitely passed down. It's been interesting to see. And I hope Bill Parcells is doing well. I haven't heard from him or seen him in a while.
Yeah, that's how I spoke he was.
You were there in that 2006 with the Cowboys, the famous Romo botch snap game. You guys were going to win it.
Yeah.
Hard fought game. This was like a thing that Romo couldn't win a game in the playoffs. And this was his one chance to get it done. What were your emotions? How did that whole thing kind of unravel? What was the feelings like in the locker room after that game when you like, I think we were supposed to win that game.
Up in Seattle.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely remember that game. That was a long flight home. You just don't even know what happens, right? Because you get so close that you're just ready. You're like,
we're about to win it.
This is it. Yeah. And I think he was a holder. He fumbled the ball, right?
Yes.
And so, but was he? I think he was our quarterback too.
He was your quarterback too. Right? Yes, so, he was your quarterback.
So it was. You couldn't really.
And he just took you guys down there for a touchdown.
Yeah. So you're thanking him, right? You're happy. But it was just one of the moments where I'm sure he thinks about this, but and he's announcing now, so I still see him. But it's just a long flight, man.
Yeah.
It's a long flight. I mean, you feel bad for your brother.
Yeah, you do.
You do, right? The team, we lost, but you just felt bad for him, and so. But he went on to have a great career, and we had a pretty good season next season too. But that was a moment. But we would. That's the roller coaster of sports, right?
It is very true.
So I want to go back to 2011 Super Bowl season. You join the team, on November 30th.
Yeah,
and you guys go to the Super Bowl, and you get there, and you get to enjoy all that. Tell me, what was that experience like for you? Getting to the team so late.
Yeah. It's like coming up in somebody's house, man, and they just looking at you like a stranger, man. You had to. They were not waiting for me.
Right.
It was either catch up or bounce, right?
Right.
And so, it was. I knew a couple people up there already. It was cool, but it was tough because it was Belichick. They were making a Super Bowl run, and they needed pieces, and I just had to come in and know my role.
Right.
That's what it was, and that's what it was. Know my role, and so. It was fun. It was fun to be a part of it at the end. I wish I could have been there earlier and for the whole way, but glad I got the little taste of it.
Now, did you think that would be your last season?
It's a good question.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it was. I was getting there. You get to the end of your career, you start feeling like this feels a little different when you wake up. It's. The love is like, oh, this is now turning into a grind.
Yeah.
And so I started feeling that a little bit, but no, I don't think so.
Okay.
But after the Super Bowl, after we lost, and I just started putting all the pieces together, I said, man, this might be a good time. I knew I did want to go out on my own accord.
You said you did?
I did.
Okay. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't want to kind of get kicked out of the league. I wanted to make sure I walked out on my own. So I think I just made a decision at that moment in the offseason to say, I'm going to stick around for a little bit, see what happens, but if not, I'm good.
And how'd you handle that? Just coming to that decision?
Man, a lot of inner faith and praying and just trusting in the process.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And so just knowing that I was blessed to do what I did, and so and I had a good run. So I was able to just walk away with no regrets.
Nate, were you the guy in fourth grade that would hear from your friends that your girlfriend's gonna break up with you, so you break up with her first?
No, but I mean, I am an overthinker like that. So,
okay.
But no, that never happened to me. That never happened to me.
Talk about your NFL, you're like, you know what?
Let me get them first before they get me.
Yeah, that's the, you know what?
Fourth grade mentality.
That's like, I think I'm going to get up out of here.
Yeah, I'm going to get up out of here.
I did that once.
I believe it. Okay. And so you make the decision to hang it up.
Yeah.
That was your decision.
Yeah.
I love that you made that decision because I don't think we knew that. What made you say, okay, refereeing? And I know
I still wanted to be around the game.
Yeah, that's
finish the statement. Yeah. I still wanted to be around the game. Finish the statement. That's what it was. But I knew I didn't want to kind of do coaching. Mm-hmm. I didn't want that route. So I was just up in the New York office, just kind of walking around. Just
really. So what took you to the New York office?
Probably signing retirement paper, whatever it was at that time. Just let me go up there, see what's going on in New York. Yeah. Never been there. Yeah. We don't really get the New York as players.
And they say come by. They always tell that.
So
they tell us all
I'm walking around, looking at stuff and seeing who's who. Oh, that sounds much right. Just and I run into a few guys. At the time it was David Coleman, Terrell Canton, some guys that worked in the office. And so just talking. Man, what y'all got going on? What's and they're like, well, give us your information. We may have something for you. Literally, that's how this happens. That's literally, I'm walking around the hallways of the NFL office. Had no idea about officiating, was not on my radar. But right place, right time. But also, if you kind of remember that time, it was right after the lockout year.
Yeah, so
remember that?
The referee, the whole
referees
thing.
had locked out, so it was a lot of attention on officiating.
It was a really, really wild, 3 weeks of games.
Just wild. So it was a lot of emphasis on we got to do something here. We got to get this word out. Start recruiting new Pete, right? And so it was right place, right time, and that's kind of how I got started. And in a month or two, I was at a officiating camp with a uniform on, just out there.
So, do you have to buy your own a uniform? When you first start?
I mean, you could get hand-me-downs. You could right? But they took care of us pretty good. We had a whole, we had a bag of stuff. You know? And so me and a couple other guys, the guys I was talking about, we all kind of got started right then and there. Some of those guys had been officiating already, but that was my first time putting an outfit on.
Okay.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks after that meeting.
Do you remember your first flag you ever threw?
Probably was wrong, so okay. No. That's some high school somewhere, but yeah. But probably in DeSoto High School somewhere in the summer, but yeah.
So one of the things that we didn't know, and I don't think fans know, when Troy came on the pod, he talked about you all meet with a coach, or like a officiating coach, who's let's just say a position coach.
Yeah.
And then that position coach, there's a coordinator.
Yeah.
That position coach officiator meets with. And then there's a head official for, I guess, the coaches and everybody else.
Yep.
And then there's a GM.
A VP, right?
The VP kind of that oversees all that.
Yeah.
I had no clue that it went that deep.
Right.
And
it's the same format,
Yeah.
as what we're used to. It was, we have position coaches, and then you kind of have the coordinator, and then you kind of have the head coach, right? It kind of falls out the same way.
Yeah.
And we watch film same way. We get tests, we get trainings the same way. We just we don't get the time, as always, to get out there and get as many reps as possible, because it's hard. It's really hard to get those reps and mimic those reps, but we do a lot of study groups. We do a lot of, just disseminating information as much as possible. Just getting in the rule. Our rule book is, I should have brought a rule book. I don't know if you've ever seen an NFL rule book.
I have not, no.
I should have brought it. It's my bad. It's thick. It's big. So it's a learning curve to kind of get through that and get through all those plays and all those rules. So yeah, it's
knowing every single rule.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like I know most of them, but I know I feel as good as I am, there's a ton that I don't know.
The thing I think that's probably crazy is that it's probably not all about the rules that are so hard for us, because you've been playing football so long.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's probably about the situational stuff that comes up that never comes up, that is in the rule book from whatever, and you just oh, I just didn't know. Well, this is what the ball is put when it's this.
It's the enforcement part.
Yes, that part.
Enforcement is the other half of it. The rules are one thing, but knowing how to enforce the rules,
right?
Who gets the ball where with the clock, and then you throw in replay, now, which is a growing segment of officiating and the game in general. And so you got to put all those pieces together in X amount of seconds before everybody's what's going on, right? So it's that when we're huddled up on the field, that's what we're doing. We're putting those pieces together.
There's this one black ref that I've seen. He's a high school dude. And whenever there's a deep pass and there's a long play, he is sprinting. He is getting it.
Yeah.
You still got your speed?
I can still run, but we don't move like that. They don't want us running like that.
Okay.
Because when you're sprinting, I used to do that in high school. I used to go out there and I want to race the players and beat them to the goal line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Show them all. Right?
Yeah. Hey, I might be the ref, but you ain't finna get it.
That's when you're a young boy. As you get older, as a player, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to make as many moves to get in a position to make a play when you get older, right?
Right,
right. I know where this route's going. Same thing as an official. We don't want you moving so much. We want you to get there and be still. Watch the play, see it all. Because when you're running, you're bouncing, you're all over the place, and you miss stuff. But so as you watch older veteran officials, they don't move as much. They just get to where they got to get to see a play. And so that's how you can tell a younger official's real feet everywhere, but older officials real smooth.
So you're the vet now. You're the OG.
I'm trying to get there. You know what I mean? Trying to get there. Watching the older cats, but yeah, you just get to the point where you get into position, and so but that always we're working on mechanics. Sometimes we're slower, sometimes we're faster, we're deeper. So we're trying to get to that that sweet spot. But generally, you want to encapsulate the play. You know
Understood.
what I mean?
Understood. So now, are you a field judge or a side judge?
I'm both, Brent. I did both. I'm deep wing on the sideline, so I was field judge for a couple of years. I switched to side judge. It's essentially the same job.
Explain that to the viewer right here on your camera.
Yeah.
What is the difference between the field and the side? We know.
Right. So the three deeps, field judge, back judge, side judge, we're on the defensive side of the ball, behind the defense, and we're responsible for the defense. We're DPI, holding, counting the defense. We got all that stuff. You don't really see us on camera. Offside is not us. That's all those guys down to the line judge and
line judge
and headliner, right?
Yes.
So I'm deep. I'm 20, 30 yards, 20, 25 yards off the line of scrimmage on the defensive side of the ball on the sideline. We switch every half. So I start on the home team or I start on the way, go to home, right? And so we get both sides, both coaches, and we're looking at receivers, tight ends, all the eligibles. That's where we are. And so we got our game can be very slow. You may not get a lot of action, and all of a sudden you get, 3 deep passes in a row. So we got the big DPI call, which is our biggest call, probably the biggest call in the game. And so that's our baby. That's our bread and butter. So we got to be good with that. We got the punt plays and all that on a return or so. But DPI that's the one. That's the one it's a big foul.
I'm not going to take Peanut on his soapbox on this because he thinks it should only be 15 yards.
Mm-hmm.
He also
right?
believes that if you offensive foul, offensive PI, if it's 20 yards down the field, the offense should lose 20 yards. Okay. This is he's a big thing.
There's a competition committee. You can
I am
submit your opinion.
Do that as well.
I am trying and I'm exercising all my contacts. Troy, commissioner. Holla at your boy.
All right, I got one for you, Nate.
Actually, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Which one do you prefer?
As far as what?
Side or...
The only difference is between side and field judge. The side judge goes behind the ball on field goals, so he's right there in the mix, and the field judge is underneath the goalpost, 1A, 1B. They're both.
I got you.
One.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is it like to get the call up to the NFL? Is it like in the minor leagues in baseball where you get the call?
Right.
Is it like draft day?
Yeah.
Like, what is that call? What is that? Like, what is that?
Similar to draft day.
Okay.
Similar. Not not just, we don't have you're not looking at a board and there's not. It's similar though, because you said it's getting back to the league.
Yeah.
So it's a big call.
Yeah.
It's probably the second or third biggest phone call I ever got.
Yeah.
Explain that. Relive that moment. Take us through that moment.
Yeah, you're because we get hired around April or May. That's when they hire NFL officials. So if you're close, but you have no idea if you're going to get the call.
How do you know if you're close? Like you're working in certain conferences in college, or?
And we have a development program.
Okay.
Between college and the NFL, they have a development program. Right now, it's called the Mackey Development Program. So you got guys that you kind of see that they're looking at. They're going to your bowl games. There's scouts looking at you.
I've seen what was the blonde lady? She's she's a line judge.
Sarah,
yeah. Blonde. I saw her come up.
Right.
In college, she was calling my games. And
right.
Saw her in New Orleans.
Down there in the south.
Working in the training camp.
Yep.
Saw her for years, and now always on the sideline. So it's like I take pride in
her. Yeah.
Take pride in seeing her doing
well.
her work.
She's been in 10 years now.
Yes.
She's doing well. But it's like that. If you're in the development program and they're looking at you, you got an idea.
Okay.
Not guaranteed, just like in the league, right? But you have an idea, and who they call, and what they're looking for that's Troy, and the supervisor and the VP and all they get together and that's their decision. But you just kind of know you're one of maybe 20 they're looking at, right? And so I interviewed up in New York first, and then once you interview, it could be coming soon.
So that's like the combine, the interview process.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
I like that.
I didn't know.
Me either. What are the interactions like with the DBs being a former player? Is it like respect? Is it just, do cats not even know?
Nah, it's cool because typically the head coach and the teams, they study us too, right?
Absolutely.
You remember that? They study us. So
we definitely do the referee report.
Yeah.
Who throws what penalties.
Right.
He loves to throw PIs, so stay away.
Right.
Yeah,
so they kind of know you before you get there. And the good thing about being a former player, I can talk to them how we used to talk to each other. And I can speak that language to them. So right away, they're like, okay, I get it, And so I use that to my advantage when I'm speaking to them, trying to get them to calm down or whatever it may be. But it's usually respect.
Yeah.
Laugh, respect, jokes. I've never had an issue with DBs, man. It's just, we're cut from the same cloth. So I've had no issues with them.
Nate, how long are you planning to be a referee? Like, I know, you don't come across as the Hockley type. You're not even as jacked as he is. So, you decent, but like,
Damn.
Wow. Hockley, bro's next level, dude.
You just
shout out. He has a son now too.
I know, right?
Yeah,
and he's kind of swole too.
Yeah.
Kind of, but he ain't it.
No, he's not it.
Kind of,
good dude. Both of them. No, the good thing about officiating is you stay apart and do what you got to do. You can do it for the next 20. You can be
20, 30 years.
Right. We'll see how it goes. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. Hopefully, they don't get sick of me.
Yeah. And do you plan on? Do you start off at one, then is it like a certain program or progress to where you become the head?
That's a good question. They kind of, the white hat, we call him.
Yes.
He's the chief.
Yes.
You can let them know, hey, I have aspirations to one day do that.
Yeah, because a lot of guys just stay what they're doing for a long time as well.
That's right. I can stay a field judge, side judge for the next 20 years, if so be it. But if I say, hey, you want to be a white hat, okay, they'll look at you and say, yay or nay, right? But typically they bring guys in that have referee background from college, bring them in, work them in, get them used to it, then make that switch later in their career. So they kind of have those guys out there working other positions already.
Yeah.
So they have 5 or 10 guys that they have their eye on. Like, okay, we know if somebody retires, he's ready. You know what I mean? So they usually pull it like that. So they know already.
I like the refs that go out there and when they have to go out and explain what the flag is, and they give a quick commentary. But their commentary is just like, yo, flag on 75.
Explaining.
He was giving 97 to business. Like I
like
love
that. You like those?
It's hilarious because it's not traditional. It's not your traditional referee.
Some referees
they got like their own little flavor. They got personality.
That's right.
I kind of like that.
I want to know this. Do you like practice like? I know because you're not the head guy, so you don't have to announce it to everybody.
Throwing your flag.
Yeah, but like in the mirror, you ever you practice?
That's the thing.
Like, damn, it's on my left side. I'm tripping.
Yeah, like you got to you practice first down and you practice the field goes correct.
And more than that, you got to know your mechanics, how you look.
Right.
And also, when we throw our flags, we're not just throwing it. You got to get to certain spots because those flags represent where the foul was. So you got to get it to a certain area. Okay, the foul happened here. Also, you want to miss players, right? We don't want to hit players.
Yeah, well, so Zeus was the
it happens from time to time, but that's we don't want to do that. So you gotta be decent with your flags. Sometimes you'll see officials, we get excited and we start missing it and it goes backwards. And, that's a fumble for us, right? Like that look crazy, but you want to be smooth with it when you get it because you do this, it makes you look nervous.
Please tell me y'all
he don't know what he doing.
Right,
Please tell me y'all make fun of each other for when y'all.
Oh, we got to.
Okay,
we got to.
Me. Where's my flag?
You throw your hat. You throw
You drop the hat.
Just like in meetings with us, it's coming that next week. They're going to get on you, right?
Yeah.
As they should.
Yeah.
As we should. We get on each other.
Good.
What are your thoughts on the new technology with the football and how it's being measured and things like that? What are your thoughts on it? And do you think it'll help the game?
The game is so... it's down to the inch now, right?
Yeah.
It's getting so the cameras and everybody's watching. So I think technology can help us. We don't want it to run the game, right? We don't want to run it just through cameras at the same time. Technology could help with certain spots and certain situations where we can't see everything. So
especially with the way some of the cameras are set up, you literally just can't see.
You can't see it, right? Bodies, right? So I think technology can help, and we're embracing it, and we're trying new things every year with spots and just getting where the ball should be. And so I think you're going to see more and more and more of that as the years go on.
Nate, do you give all these other, like the UFL, do you give them all the credit? How much credit do you give them? because they're the trial and error league right now.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that.
For the technology
for
and stuff?
the technologies, for a lot of the things that the NFL is like, I think we may adopt that.
I would have to think that there's some type of relationship, with, hey, we're going to let y'all try this first, and if it works, we're going to pick it up, right?
Yeah, they've done
I would have to
a
think
couple
so.
things.
Yes. And
like
so,
the quick replays now.
Yep.
They're like, you don't even have to go and look at it. We got it.
Yeah, expedited reviews and some of this stuff. And I think fans love it. I think people in the game love it. I think coaches love it. So try it here, move it on up, and so it works. And actually, the UFL it's another good training ground for younger officials that are working their way up to the NFL, because a lot of those guys that work there are getting looked at. So it's great to have that league around.
Tush push, yay or nay?
What a question.
I mean, it's a super hard play to officiate. It was when they guys
What's
get in
hard
there
about it?
Well, I think it's the lineup, the guys when they line up on that line and who's offsides and who's not, right? Because it's the hand in front of the ball, is it not? It's other than that, for us deep guys, we're trying to just we're looking for this. Those guys on the line got a hard job because it's 44 hands in there and whose hand is where, but the players, I don't mind the play. Because
I
don't either.
By the letter of the law, from what my understanding or my interpretation, and the law was all about how you interpret it, you are not supposed to aid the runner, correct?
And again, it's a philosophy thing. We don't want you pulling the runner.
Oh, you can push.
That's the foul. The foul is
linemen push all the time.
But
the foul is.
That's what.
The foul is.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
Sorry. Talking for me.
Right.
No. You have an
the
ankle.
foul now is pulling, or you actually pick a guy up and walk him in. That's the foul. Everybody getting to a scrum and pushing. That's right now. That's fair game.
So we can push. We can't pull.
We don't want to pull. We don't want to lift up. We crazy jump on somebody's shoulders. That's okay. That's foul. Those are fouls. But a scrum and guys, just everybody in it like that. That's just it's too hard to stay consistent on that. So no, that right now that's why the tush push is able to go.
Understood. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
he has an angle. I want to ask you. We got a couple more minutes. I want to be able to ask you about somebody who I think has probably had a really good influence on you, and that's Greg Schiano. Seems like the only coach that can win at Rutgers.
Wow. That hurts, man. But yeah, no, it's go ahead.
No, I want to. What has he meant to you as a coach? I mean, as a player, as a person. Who was he? Because I've heard really good stories about him. Then I've heard when he was at Tampa, man, he was like brutally hard on guys. Yeah. And so, but at Rutgers, he's been successful.
Right. And we know a lot of college coaches, it's tough for them to make that transition to the league. But
yes, it is.
To answer your question, now Greg's been great for Rutgers, for the state of New Jersey. I'm proud of Rutgers. I'm proud of New Jersey. Greg Schiano actually sat me down in his office, that same year before that. And because I was this guy that was, I'm playing, but I'm also like, I'm going to Wall Street. I'm going to go study this finance. And I'm going to live in New York, right? And he actually sat me down one day. It was like between my sophomore and junior year. He could tell I was kind of, waffling and, just floating through, like, not really appreciating the opportunity. And, Greg, he had came from Miami. He came from the Bears, and he had all this experience. And so he sat me down, and he was the first person to really tell me, like, you have what it takes to make it. Never heard that before. You know
really?
What I mean? So it's true when you tell a kid at that impressionable age that he's good enough to do something, how that could just, get things going. And so he did. He didn't say it in those words. There's a lot more, you know what I mean? Cursing and everything, but I'm taking internships at Merrill Lynch, and I'm doing things over the summer.
He's like, bro, I'm trying to get you.
He's like, I'm trying to get you somewhere else. Come back, And so it was, and I have ultimate respect for him for that. And Greg was good. He was good for me. He was good. He's good for the program. I'm happy they're still there in the Big Ten now.
They are.
So we put good players out every year. We got guys all over the NFL. I'm happy for Rutgers, right? I'm happy.
So I want to talk about 2012.
Yeah.
There's a show called Jock Itch.
Uh-huh.
And it's supposed to be the sports version of Friends. Yeah. And you shot the pilot.
Yeah.
What happened with it?
Man, I thought I was trying to get in Hollywood, man.
Hollywood, finance.
Yeah, I'm all over the place.
You just was.
Are you a creative?
everywhere.
I was a firefighter too.
Okay.
I did a lot of stuff, man. But actually, when you get out of the league, you kind of go through that period where you're trying to. I was an agent. I was doing the FBI. I was in that route too. By the way, I did that, and so I was looking at everything. Secret Service. I just you're trying to reinvent yourself, right? To get to where we are now. Because once you leave the league, you got that identity crisis. You're like, where do I fit in society now, right? And so I tried a lot of things. And so that was an experiment in LA and with some people. And it was cool to kind of see how LA works and having auditions and all that. But I quickly learned that world is not for me. So that just got shelved.
Yeah. All right. So one of the questions we ask all of our guests, 4 people of influence, people that have helped you, shaped you, mold you to who you are today, from the time you were born till today, right now.
Right.
Who would those 4 people be?
Shout out to my parents, right? Both of them still around, still together. Love them. Mom and dad. I had a Pee Wee coach, Mr. Patterson. He was my first football coach when I was young. High school coach, and then again, just probably the Bills, Parcells. I know it's more than 4, but I could just keep naming them, man, because I didn't get here on my own.
Yeah,
I didn't get here on my own. I had a lot of breaks. I had a lot of people vouch for me. A lot of people buy into me and believe in me. So I could probably list 20, but just those immediate people that had impacts on our lives, the coaches, the parents, day in, day out, take you back and forth to practice. My grandmother, when she couldn't drive at night and she driving real slow, picking me up from practice, and all the cars are behind us. And I'm just, those people, man, those moments, man. I'm just like,
I promise I'm not going to get mad next time I'm behind that.
Yeah. Leave that. Be careful on Nana, man, because she might be picking her grandson up from practice. That next star might be in the car, right?
Dude, you're right. See, you're right, Nate.
Yeah, it's those people who.
I'm getting mad. I'm sorry. I'll be getting mad. Hey, get out the way.
So no, it was those people who I mean, just throughout my youth and high school and college careers, and then they just bought in. So I appreciate them.
Yeah. Last one I got for you. You wear them Allen Iverson diamond earrings in when you be officiating?
Oh, these?
Yeah.
No, this is for the show. It's just for the show.
Okay.
Just for the show.
Be out there blinging, boy.
Hey, Nate, man, I got to ask this before I give you all your flowers too. You're a traveler.
Yeah.
All right. You're not married.
No.
Do you have kids?
No.
No kids. Not married. You should travel.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it.
You've been to how many countries? 80, 85?
No, I'm at like 95 now,
Is that
man.
95
now?
the
95
article
now.
was older. So
Yes, right. Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right, 95 countries.
Yeah.
I can't even ask for a top 5. But where would you say, for all of our, I guess, single listeners out there, I guess I can ask married listeners next, but you're not even looking at that.
What?
Just give me your 5 places that we should go.
I mean, I think
single or married. Just
everybody.
In general.
Okay,
everybody.
Good.
Yeah.
Stay out of trouble with that one. So you got the.
I'm not gonna get in trouble. So go ahead.
I think the Mediterranean region is just my favorite.
You've been there. Yeah.
We've been there.
Yeah. But
Greece,
South
South Italy, south of France.
Yeah.
The food, the vibe, everything over there. I just got back from Dubai. If you've never been there,
been there. I'm a traveler.
Fantastic,
I travel.
Right. So, and then, in Africa, which is a continent I need to get to more of, but you got Egypt and South Africa, and just being out there. I'm trying to get to Kenya this year.
Was there in December.
Yeah, okay.
Amazing.
Good. Yeah, I want to check that off the list. So some of these places in that part of the world are just.
You got to go to Ghana too.
Yeah, Ghana. But those are some, and then you got Japan, which was my first big trip was to Japan, and I was like in the league, like 22 years old, and so that's that vibe over there, and just the culture. They really preserve their culture there. Really kind of friendly to Americans. And so I've been to some crazy places too, as far as I've been to Haiti on a mission trip, which was probably the most dangerous place I've ever been, just out there. And, that it's still pretty dangerous. And so I kind of covered the whole gambit, but I really love the Mediterranean region the most. The food, the culture, the vibe is it's incredible.
I'm still amazed that Japan is one of the only places to never be colonized. It's one of the only few countries that have never been
And that's
colonized.
why they preserve their culture so well.
That's exactly why.
I love that.
They have fully bought in being self-dependent all the time
That's right.
because they understand that part of it.
Yeah.
Super interesting. Nate, man, dude, great job. We could sit up here and talk, and I know Peanut would just fire more and more officiating questions at you. But we'll try and do that off camera, man.
Yeah.
Number 33 on the field right here, too.
Yes. Yeah. Got the same number. That's right. Yeah.
To number 33 on the field
That's
as
right.
a referee.
That's right.
I'll be looking for you now because I guess that's how we got to try and recognize.
Be easy on us. Be easy on us. One of your own is down there. So take it easy on us. All right.
We will, man, dude. And I know you guys keep your hats on, so you try and stay out of the way.
That's right.
Man,
Low.
thanks for pouring into us, bro. That was awesome. I really, really enjoyed your story, your journey. Like I said before, you're our first. And so hopefully you won't be our last. And that we'll have to have.
Yeah, there's some coming up. There's some coming up.
Not only that, but dude, come back.
Yeah.
Come back. We can
Appreciate
talk more.
it.
So,
Appreciate it.
And you can give us more and more stories, man. So thank you for that. You want to say anything before I get us out of here?
No, you got it.
I got it,
Appreciate
baby.
you coming and pouring into us. That was,
Man,
that
no
was
doubt,
awesome.
man. For all of our viewers and listeners out there, wherever you pick up your podcast, whether it's iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating, review, click that follow button, leave a couple comments.
We read them.
For you.
Yeah, absolutely.
we'll
we
try
definitely
to,
read
you know
them.
what I mean?
Check us out on the NFL YouTube channel.
There we go, man. Tell a friend to do what, Peanut?
Tell a friend.
Check us out, baby. Peanut, get us out of here, man.
I'm Peanut, Nate, Rome. This is the NFL Players Second Acts Podcast. We out.